Man is not the only creature God is dealing with. Earth is not the only realm where God has business and interaction. In fact, earth is the youngest creation. There have been many creations, many civilizations, and many creatures interacting with God before man and earth was created. In fact, John went to heaven, and to his greatest dismay, some creatures were called elders. They have age in God. They are called elders. So they've been there for aeons before man was created. When Job wanted to argue with God, and God came to him, he said, "Who is this that darkens counsel by words without knowledge?" He said, "Declare now if you have understanding." You are how many years old? How old is the earth? How old is humanity that you want to question ordinances that are rooted beyond the regions of the stars? Who are you? All your utterances in the flesh has come to darken counsel. And when he went to verse 7 of that scripture, he said, "Where were you when the foundation of the earth was created? When the sons of the morning sang for joy?" So there are creatures who are older than earth. When earth was being created, they were worshiping God. That also goes to tell you that worship is older than time. So if you are in time and you are not worshiping, you don't know the forces that keep the balances of creation. You don't know those forces. Earth is young and humanity is young. But you see the secrets of God, the ordinances of God, they are as ancient as the monarch himself. However, because of our teaching, there are 7 dispensations in God's dealing with man. The first dispensation of God is called the dispensation of innocence. That's when man truly was young. You know, when Adam was created, he was innocent. He was simple at heart. The serpent came to him and said, "Did God say you should not eat of the trees of the garden?" And he couldn't discern. If he was aged in the spirit, he would have known that the serpent meant no good. He would have known that the serpent was not suggesting anything. The serpent was trying to route the path of rebellion so that he will fall from glory. But he wasn't wise, and he began to dislodge things. No, we must not eat of every tree in the garden. Of all the trees we can eat, but the one in the middle of the garden, we must not eat or touch. They didn't tell you to announce it. They gave it to you as a code of existence. But he didn't know that the serpent was older than him. And the serpent told him, "No, you will not die." "What do you mean die? You came from God. How can you die?" The serpent told him, "You will become as wise as God." And God knows. That's why God is hiding it from you. This is to suggest to this man that there has been a politics going on before I came here. Why is this being accusing God when he has no challenge with God? But the guy was innocent. His heart was simple. And so he fell to the deception of the devil. And so the first dealing of God with humankind and the dispensation is called the dispensation of innocence. So that dispensation is between the time of creation and the time of the fall of man. Then, after man fell, another dispensation was activated. So God began to